Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hi, this is Tammy Patzer, and I'm really happy to introduce you to our guest today, Bonnie Wilson. She is a realtor with Koenig Rubloff Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. She lives in Evanston, Illinois, and services the northern suburbs of Chicago and Chicagoland area. She helps anyone who wants to buy a home in the northern suburbs and Chicagoland area, and she's lived in Evanston for more than 40 years, and she's been a realtor for more than 30 years. One thing about Bonnie Wilson is she's calm and patient, and she listens to your needs and all of your wants and desires when you're ready to buy a home. She wants to help you. So, Bonnie, welcome.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so glad to be here for this interview. What would you like me to tell you about my services? I love working with buyers and sellers and helping them go on to the next adventures in their life, the next adventures, the next excitement in their life, whether they're buying or selling a home.
Well, that's really cool. So you are actually a senior real estate specialist. So can you tell me a little bit more about what it means to be a senior real estate specialist?
Well, I have the experience with seniors. I put my mother in several retirement homes, and I felt it was important to help seniors, especially people that had been in their home for a long time, many, many, many years, and didn't want to leave but knew that they could not take care of their home any longer. So they wanted to move to a retirement home where they could be with other people their age. And it was difficult for these people to leave the home that they had been in so long. So I took classes through the National Association of Realtors to learn how to help seniors, how to help them get rid of the things that they needed to get rid of in their homes, and find a team of people that would help them move out of their homes and move into a retirement home to the next adventures in their life. And helping my mother was also an experience that I had that I knew that I could pass on to other people that were moving out of their homes. And
go ahead.
Also, I learned about all the retirement homes in the area in Evanston and the North Shore, and where they're located and what their amenities are. So I would be able to advise these people these seniors on where they could move, where they could move to the next retirement home.
Oh, I think that's really important that you have such empathy for seniors. And when you're talking about having a team of people to help them move, and often if someone has lived in the same home for many, many years, they do have a lot of, I guess, just stuff that they have to deal with.
Right.
And then, of course, finding the ideal living situation after you sell your home, and maybe they may be downsizing, or maybe ththey're going to maybe an assisted living facility. That does take a true team leader and someone to help them organize all of these other people who can help them. So if you can talk about maybe 2 or 3 problems, and these can be real or perceived problems that your seniors often find themselves in, what would those be?
Well, being in your home a long time, 30, 40 years, you've accumulated a lot of things. And what things do you keep? Which things do you throw away? Which things do you give away? And that's what my team of people help seniors do. They'll sit down with them and they'll go through all the things in their homes and say, okay, if you don't want this any longer, you don't want to sell it, you don't want to give it away, I find, there's people that will take everything away that you don't need anymore. And it can be so overwhelming. Excuse me. It can be so overwhelming to people that they're stuck and they don't know what to do next. So my team of people say, okay, let's go room by room. Let's clear out one room and then go to the next room and clear out that room. And the next thing, especially if you're selling your home, then I come in with another team of people to do the staging, to take the furniture that you already have and put it in different locations. So I also take pictures of the inside of the house, have a professional photographer take photographs so people can see what each room looks like, and the stagers come in and stage each room. And many people don't know how to do that on their own, so we hire stagers and people to come out and clear out things out of your house. And that saves, it's so overwhelming that it saves these seniors a lot of less stress for them, and it can, as I said, it can be overwhelming. So that's one of the issues. And then the other one is finding the right home, finding if they want to move to a retirement home or they want to downsize, finding the right place for them. And that takes time, and, I have the patience and the time to give to them.
Patience, I think, is a key word when you're dealing not only with seniors but with anyone in a real estate transaction, because unless you're doing a lot of real estate, it is a very overwhelming experience, and you really do need a professional. So you've been doing this for more than 30 years, and I wanted to ask you about what are some of the big misconceptions that people have about working with a realtor and a real estate professional?
The misconceptions they have?
Yes.
Maybe they think that they're going to show them every house on the market in their price range and not think about what their needs and wants are. And maybe people think I can do this on their own, when there's a lot of information that they don't know about inspections, about paperwork that needs to be done. And there's, they think it's a simple thing to do, but it's far from simple to do. It's not easy to find the right house. They think, I'll just go on the internet and I'll pick out this house, but you've got to know if there's any issues with the house. You have to know, about mold and things that you wouldn't think about unless you had a real estate agent that would walk you through all the things that you need to learn about when you look at a house.
I think that's really important, because you are helping them. You're the eyes and ears and the brains so that they don't have to know everything. That's really a valuable thing to use. So what do you think that is the main reason why a lot of people might not decide to work with you or a real estate professional?
Because they think they can do it on their own. And then they think I can negotiate the contract and I can make an offer on my own. But what they might not know is that there might be other offers that come in on the same property, and they don't know that because they don't have an agent that tells the other agent that the listing agent tells the buyer's agent that there's another offer, and they don't know what questions that they need to ask the agent about finding out more information about where are the sellers going, when do they want to leave, all those things. So when you make the offer, you have all that information that you can put in the contract to make sure that the sellers will accept your contract over somebody else's contract. So you have to know the right questions to ask the listing agent to get the information that you want. So hopefully that the seller will accept the buyer's contract. But you have to know you have to have that background. You have to know what questions to ask.
I think that's really important because, for example, my daughter was selling her house, and I think they got 4 offers, and her agent was explaining to her, well, this offer, they forgot some document, so we have to send it back to request the document. This offer is cash, and they guarantee to close. This offer is maybe a little different. So you're absolutely right, especially when it is a seller's market. In your area, is it a seller's market or a buyer's market right now?
It's a seller's market because there's not that many houses on the market, and they're not staying on the market very long. And a lot of things are going over asking price. Not a lot over asking price, but some over asking price.
So that's where you come in and can help these people, because you're actually competing to buy one house now with other people. So if your agent isn't on the ball and answering all these questions, you could lose out over something as simple as a closing date.
Exactly. And that's why you need an agent, because because I've been in the business so long, I know a lot of the agents in the area, and I get along with most all of them, and I know their personalities. So it's important that I know how to go negotiate with them and work with them, and that's important. I feel that's really important.
I wanted to ask you about the Women's Council of Realtors North Shore chapter. You are the current president, and tell me about what Women's Council of Realtors is doing.
Well, the Women's Council of Realtors is a national organization. It's all over the country, and I'm the president of the local, as I said, the local North Shore chapter. And the nice thing about this organization is that you meet monthly, and you have people come and talk to you about different issues about real estate or new technologies in real estate or social media and how to be on social media. Plus, the members of this organization are not only real estate agents, but they're lawyers, they're moving companies, they own moving companies, they're inspectors. So they also can come and talk to you about different issues and inspections about houses. There's people that are, one company is called Sharing Transitions that help people move, that work with seniors. So you meet all different kinds of people, so I can help my next buyer or seller with issues that come up, or inspectors, if they names of inspectors or attorneys and things like that. And it's just a camaraderie and meeting other agents from all over the area, and and referring people to them. And then plus I go to the national conference and I meet people from all over the country. So if I have a client that's moving to Florida, I can refer them to an agent in Florida that I've already met and got to know, and know that they'll be a good agent for my client. So it's a very nice, good organization, and I'm so glad to be part of that organization.
That is really a great community service. I also understand that in 2010 you were elected to be the Evanston Township Assessor. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, I was the Township Assessor, which means I was elected. I had about 72% of the vote. I helped taxpayers in Evanston who needed to appeal their assessments, and also made sure that the taxpayers got the proper exemptions that they were entitled to. For instance, there's a senior exemption, there's a senior freeze exemption for seniors that income is less than $55,000, and there's a homeowner's exemption where you get a certain amount off your tax bill, like $300 to $400 off your tax bill, if you live in your house and and you live there all year round. You don't rent it, so you get a homeowner's exemption. And a lot of people don't know that they were entitled to this exemption, and I was able to make sure that they got the exemptions that they were entitled to. And a lot of the people were able to appeal their assessments because they were so high, and I helped them give them other comparable properties that show that they were overassessed, and we appealed, and they got a lower assessment. But it was really a part-time job for me, so I had someone work as a deputy assessor and another person work in the office as well. I had two people that worked in the office. But 4 years later, the city decided to dissolve the township because they thought it was another government program that wasn't necessary in Evanston, although I thought it was. But they're still doing. So the city is still taking over the duties of the assessor's office and helping people with appeals and exemptions.
Wow, that's what I would call community service, when you help people save money and get them a realistic assessment on their property, and to help seniors qualify to freeze their assessments. So tell me, is there anything that you're working on right now that you're really excited about?
Yes, that's actually, I'm part of I'm on a committee called the Age-Friendly Task Force Committee. This is an organization put out by the World Health Organization, and they pick cities all over the country, and Evanston is one of them, to look at the whole city in general about housing, transportation, land, parks, and to see if it's all if the city is age friendly to everybody in the city, and to make improvements if necessary. I happen to be on the housing committee, and we're looking at different options for seniors who can't afford retirement homes, who can't afford to live they don't need assisted living yet. So we're looking at other options for seniors that can't afford to stay in their house anymore, but want to move maybe to a rental or to another home that they can afford. And we're looking at land trust and maybe sharing, maybe people sharing homes together. And also supportive living is another option for people. It's before a retirement home, and getting the help that they need in case they need a nurse to come in and give them medication. So there's all these options that are out there for people who don't want to live in a house anymore but can't afford a high-priced retirement home. So what other options are there for them? And that's what I'm also involved in the city of Evanston.
Well, I can certainly understand how you are really the senior real estate specialist, because what I'm hearing from you is you absolutely have this heart for helping these people, not only with their real estate, but with their life issues, helping them have a better life. And that is, I think, something that's really coming across to me, is how much you actually really care, and you put a lot of thought and energy into helping seniors. So, Bonnie, can you tell me where we can find out more about you and your services?
So I live in Evanston, but I can help people all over the North Shore of Chicago and Chicagoland area. My number is 847-226-7292, and you can email me at bwilson@koenigrubloff.com, and I'll spell that. That's bwilson@koenigrubloff.com. And my phone number again is 847-226-7292. And I'd be happy to talk to anybody that would like to help. I can help them buy or sell their home, and I would be happy to be of service to them. And even if they have any questions about anything that I mentioned today, I'd be happy to answer their questions.
Okay, thanks. And you also have a website, BonnieSWilson.com?
Exactly. Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, Bonnie, I appreciate you taking all the time you did with me today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me on your program. I really appreciated it. Thank you so much.
This is Tammy Patzer. Go make it a great day.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.